In this video, we will be doing two proofs with addition, one with segments up here and one with angles down here. So make sure you understand these are two separate proofs. First, given Zx is congruent to Vn, Zx is congruent to Vn. Now, prove that Zv is congruent to Xn. To prove that Zv right here, right there, is congruent to Xn over here. Now you'll notice that Xv is part of Zv and Xv is part of Xn. So what we're going to do is we're going to be adding the same segment to both of these congruent segments. That is very different than adding congruent segments to congruent segments. We are adding the same segment to congruent segments. So Zx is congruent to Vn, as on the diagram right here. Zv is congruent to Xn, because if the same segment is added to congruent segments, then the sums are also congruent. So now we will be going down here to the angles proof. So given angle ZMX is congruent to angle NMV, angle ZMX right there is congruent to angle NMV over here. I'm going to do these next two in red just to set them off because overlapping angles are hard to see. Prove that angle ZMV over here, is congruent to angle XMN right there. So again, what you'll see here, like the other proof, is we are adding the same angle to these two congruent angles. This is different than the theorem. If congruent angles are added to congruent angles, then the sums are congruent. This one, angle ZMV is congruent to angle XMN, because if the same angle is added to congruent angles, then the sums are congruent. So in both of these proofs, one thing is added to two congruent things. In the first one, a segment is added to two congruent segments. In the second one, an angle is added to two congruent angles. Make sure you can see when you have an overlapping diagram like this.